What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We got week 12 action in our Mountain West all Teambuilder Dynasty. In this one, we got Hillsboro traveling to Honolulu College, and then we got Santa Fe State as the last game they're playing against. Colorado A&T. I was just commenting on the sack there for Stratton on 2nd and 20 now. That's a 10-yard loss. And then we've also got Oakland College against Multnomah, so Multnomah at home. And then we've got Maui at Anchorage. Maui is at Anchorage. So some pretty cool matchups here for week number 12. But, you know, we're just trying to really filter out who is going to make the finals, who's going to win each conference. And right now it's looking like it's going to be Honolulu College unless Multnomah starts to start reeling off some wins here, which they have in recent weeks, but you know, they're really making a late push. They're just going to have to win out pretty much. Got a couple weeks left to go. They're really trying to push Honolulu College out of that number one spot. And then on the mountain side that we have with Santa Fe State, Rocky Mountain is actually in first place ahead of Santa Fe State right now since, well, Santa Fe State lost to Honolulu College. So interesting matchups here for the rest of the season. You guys will notice that I've been doing a lot of talking so far. No brother in this highlight reel. So no brother this week. It's hard for him to come over and get this thing recorded with me, so I'm going to try to do it solo. So about 40 minutes of gameplay. Going to do my best to try to keep you guys entertained as much as possible. Longer videos are harder to do for one person. I know that for a fact, just because there's a lot of action going on the screen, and sometimes you got to keep up with it, and you get tired. You get tired. Your vocal cords definitely get tired, so bear with me, guys. You guys can see Suggs getting in on a 0-yard touchdown after that catch. I think it was to either McQueen or McLaurin who had that big catch to get to the 1-yard line. Walters for Hillsboro making the start in this game, as we see a big catch and run here, busting off some tackles, and then it looks like that's Wilkerson, I think, on the tackle to push him out of bounds. So Cox was benched, and look at this, Colbert. Look at Colbert with the run after the catch there to break a tackle 15 yards out of bounds. He did take a big hit on his hip to go out of bounds there. And then look at Walters, another missed tackle for Honolulu, and Jerome Walters uses his speed to get to the end zone. It's going to be a 7-7 football game now. So Cox benched after a pretty lackluster performance last week, and then they're going to go back to Jerome Walters. Now, Jerome Walters has had his struggles all season long with moving the football for this offense, and you know, they've tried to implement some things and change the offense around and try to really fire that offense up and spark it. But I think sometimes, you know, too much change is probably a bad thing, and I think that's what Hillsboro is going through right now. They're not getting consistency at the quarterback position, and I think a lot of it's due to just inconsistent management and coaching changes and position changes and switching quarterbacks up all the time. So not a good situation for them to be in, but they're doing their best here against Honolulu College as we are in the middle part of the second quarter. We got a 14-0 game here for Honolulu, and on 2nd and inches, they're going with Suggs, and he's got blockers up front, just unable to get into the end zone there. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Of course, it's always at the 1, it seems, and he's going to get in for another 0-yard touchdown run. That's probably going to hurt his yards per carry average, just because, you know, these 2-0-yard touchdowns, struggles, you know, is really pushing that down a little bit. So you guys can see Honolulu gets the football back, scores a touchdown here with Camellia, and then Honolulu gets the football back again, and Suggs is going to make a little spin move there on the deep pass, 33-yard catch. It's 28-10 right now. 1st and goal, Stratton got 4 wide, and then McLaurin is wide open to the right side of the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. It's going to be 35-10 at the end of the half. So this is another brutal showing on offense by Jerome Walters and Hillsboro. As you guys see, that incompletion was just nowhere. It wasn't even close, guys. I mean, what? I don't even know what to say at this point with these guys. Suggs taking some hits, gets into the end zone for an 8-yard touchdown. It's going to be 42-10 late in the third quarter. This game is probably over, guys. I mean, not to kill any suspense here, but geez, oh Pete's. And then look at this play. It's just kind of, just playing for honor at this point. So good catch there and good catch here by Trondell Lattimore. That's, you're starting to move the football a little bit, but a little bit too late here, Walters and Hillsboro. Lattimore is in for a touchdown, so 13-yard grab there, 17-42, and then Benedetto, middle of the fourth quarter. Honolulu drives back down, scores a field goal. It's going to be 48-17. And look at this. Romulus Suggs is on defense, and he's going to get in with an interception, guys. So he's like doing it all right now. He's like Jabril Peppers. It's crazy, except he's a little more dynamic, a little more of a playmaker than Jabril. Jabril was a playmaker for Michigan, but I think Romulus Suggs is having a way better year doing what he's doing. And you guys can see the offensive production here. The rest of the team, 303 yards. Suggs had pretty much half. He had over half of that, 162 total offensive production. So Suggs, 3 scores. He's definitely in the Heisman race, and we'll see that at the very end of this video as we have recruiting, top 25, conference standings, bowl projections, all that. So then we get the Heisman watch as well. So we'll go over that. We'll see that, and then we'll find out where Suggs is. But I think I like his chances because the guy has just been an absolute beast. So let's go into this game here, Maui against Anchorage. Now this is, I kind of prefaced this in the last video. Pretty wacky matchup here. We've got a team out in Alaska, and then we got a team from Hawaii, right? So their travel expenses are insane, right? For this Mountain West Conference. Maui's got to travel to Anchorage, so they got to go all the way from Hawaii to Anchorage. I kind of like Anchorage in this game. They should definitely have the home field advantage, but we see a nice little stop here forcing a field goal attempt, and it's just not going to be enough as he pushes it to the right. So now it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Anchorage, and then this incompletion by Tim Baden's going to force 4th and 5. He's only 1 for 2 for 7 yards, so not a lot of movement down the field for Anchorage. And then we got a fumble here as Anchorage recovers this football, but it's going to get reviewed, guys. And just looking at this replay, like you guys can pretty much tell, it's going to be Maui football here. His knee was pretty much down when the ball got loose, but good job by Anchorage to attack the football and try to force a turnover, but it wasn't meant to be. And then this incompletion is going to bring up 4th and 7, so Anchorage gets the football back. 3rd and 13, and then Baden drops back. He finds Austin Eckert for a 13-yard grab, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. So offensive struggles here on both ends right now as Kanan gets tackled for a loss at the hands of Courtney Hand. 3rd and 4 now for Anchorage, and then a handoff here to Denarius Taylor, and he's not going to get positive yardage. So it's going to be 4th and 5. Football goes back to Maui. So we still got a 0-0 game. 2nd and 13. Kanan gets dropped by Dante Owens. Remember him, guys. He had the huge game against Tacoma with 6 sacks. Going to drop them back for 3rd and 19. So then we get a 4-yard loss there on Trenton Oliver. So Anchorage gets the football back yet again. And now we're starting to see a little bit of movement here. So this is good for Anchorage. And as you guys can see, Denarius Taylor just shaking off tackles like a boss. This guy is a boss. I say it every week, it seems like, when we show Anchorage. But he's just that power back. He's just definitely going to just shrug people off his shoulder and gain that extra yardage. Here's a reception to Terrence Roosevelt, who gets 10 yards, his first on the game. Got to get him more involved. He is the speed demon in this offense, so I'd like to see a little bit more out of him. Denarius Taylor, this catch, nothing doing. So Anchorage settles for a field goal attempt, and it will be up and good. So it's going to be a 3-0 game here as we are in mid part of the second quarter. Kanan finds Trenton Oliver, Lucas Rathjen, excuse me. It's going to be 4th and 4. So another field goal attempt by Maui right here. And it is actually going to be, what do we got? What do we got? It's going to be up, and it's going to be no good again. So the first time he pushed it right, and then this time he pushes it left. So Maui still not able to score. And then look at Baden. If he just threw it a little more, had a little bit more loft under it, I think Eckert probably could have gotten under this thing and made a play. But interception, a turnover here for Maui. And then Kanan is unable to complete this pass to his receiver. So, again, guys, defense is reigning the day here. And then this reception, big catch by Austin Eckert for a 23-yarder. So this time they hook up. That's a very, very good sign. 3rd and 4 in Anchorage, trying to get this first down, and Mendoza is able to do so. It's a 13-yard catch. 46 seconds left after that down, 15 seconds now, 3rd and 11, and then this little dump-off pass complete to Denarius Taylor for 3 yards, and it's not going to be enough, guys. So got to send the field goal unit out here. Time is ticking away, and the field goal is up, and it is good. So at the half, it's going to be 6-0. Quite the barn burner, guys. So we've said it all year long that these two defenses have some pretty solid playmakers on both sides. You know, they've got a very, very good defense. They're not world beaters on defense, but they can stop you. So it's just a slugfest right now as far as that goes. Not a barn burner on offense by any means, but this is definitely going to help as Kanan is going to bust a 51-yard rush. He's got 12 for 101. That rush is pretty much half of his in-game total, so that's a huge play. And then Clark Doherty makes this catch, but he's going to pay for it, as that he got his bell rung right there. 2nd and 1, and then this handoff to Sharik Muhammad for a 1-yard loss. So Anchorage again is standing tall on defense, guys. Remember, they got to get this win. If they can get a win, they're sitting at 5-5 right now. If they can get this W, they are going to go to a bowl game at 6 wins. And then Kanan gets tripped up, and he's unable to pick up the 3 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Field goal attempt. No, they don't have any faith in their kicker. It's going to be 4th and 1, guys. Can Anchorage make a stop? And then this handoff is going to get the first down for Mahelona. It's his first rush. He gets 3 yards on the play. They needed 1. And then the backup quarterback is in because Kanan is hurt. And then Mahelona is in for a touchdown. So it's going to be 7-6 Maui. So they're up by 1 point, and we're entering the fourth quarter, the beginning stages here. And you guys can see Kanan is back in the game. And 3rd and 5. And then this pass complete to Sharik Muhammad, but nothing doing. So Anchorage holds yet again on defense. So they do decide to kick a field goal here. We'll have to see what happens, guys. He might miss this. He could easily miss this. He's been left and he's been right both times thus far in this game, and he is actually going to drill this one. So it's going to be 10-6. Baden and Anchorage back on offense, 3rd and 9, and then this is, again, good play by defense by Maui, man. I mean, they just can't do anything. It seems like Anchorage is trying everything that they possibly can, but just unable to get anything going here. It's still 10-6, and then Maui starting to drive here, 2nd and 4, and look at this pass. It's going to be intercepted by Stuckey, and then Kanan makes a game-saving tackle. Wow. Stuckey is like I don't know, man. Between him and Owens, Stuckey is just like, he's a playmaker, guys. He just steps up in just the most crucial moments and makes these turnovers. I love Alonzo Stuckey, but now it's up to the offense to try to save Anchorage's hopes at a bowl game here, because Stuckey in the defense, they've done everything that's been asked of them all game long. And Tim Baden's going to take a sack by Lepe Tanaelu, brother? I mean, where are you? He's got to be here to pronounce these Hawaiian names, these Samoan names. 4th and 11, and Anchorage is going for it, and they convert. Terrence Roosevelt gets a 16-yard reception here. 1:45 left to go, guys. Anchorage gotta score, man. Gotta get this thing to 13-10, and then they are just not gonna get in. Denarius Taylor tries his hardest, but it's gonna be 4th and goal. A field goal does you no good here. You can be losing by 1 as it's 10-9, but you got 3 timeouts. You're at the 2-yard line. There's no reason to be kicking a field goal right here. You got to go for this, and they are going to call on Taylor, and he's not going to get into the end zone, guys. They turn the ball over. 1:16 left to go. Maui, they were in a terrible spot on the field at the 2-yard line, and they get up here to about the 35, and then look at this play. Look at him go, man. Sharik Muhammad, 68-yard touchdown run. They had about 30 seconds left on the clock. He did not have to score a touchdown there. But guys, that is pretty much the nail in the coffin. The defense played as best as they possibly could in this game. When you're giving up 17 points in a college football game, you should definitely win that game. Especially when you've got guys on offense like Anchorage does. They've got wow, I forgot his name. But they've got Terrence Roosevelt. Baden's a pretty good quarterback. Eckert, Wirtz. Oh, it's O'Connell. Kyle O'Connell, the wide receiver. So they've got playmakers on offense, but that's just pretty disappointing. I don't know how you lose that game to a Maui team that is coming from Hawaii all the way up to Anchorage. So Anchorage drops to 5-5 now. They're on the outside looking in, guys. It's a pretty bad situation for them. They have to get a win next week, or they're not going to make a bowl game. That's as simple as that. Equally as important of a game this week is for Oakland College. They're sitting at 5-4. They need to get another win in order to be bowl eligible as well. Brett Hunt, a 5-yard loss of that tackle for a loss. Not good, Brett Hunt. Way to go. Equally as important for Multnomah to win this game. I guess saw Maui win in the last game that we showed, and they're starting to push Honolulu College for that number 1 spot. So very quietly, Maui's kind of hung around and just kind of stuck around in the standings, and now they're kind of pushing Honolulu College not to screw up. And we both know that Honolulu can lose a game, right? They've already got 2 losses on this season, so they can lose. They're very susceptible to that loss and not making good plays on defense. So if Maui just kind of hangs around there, and if Multnomah just kind of hangs around, who knows? We'll see what happens. So it's a very, very big matchup for both of these teams, as we see a touchdown pass here to Taekwon Nichols for a 10-yard touchdown. So Multnomah's up 7-0 here in the early part of the first quarter. I do want to add that it is an equally as important game as well. So furthermore, for Oakland. So I was talking about why this is an important game for them. It's even more important game for them because they didn't have the season that they wanted to. They definitely have a lot of good players on their team, but they don't have the one guy, the one big playmaker, of course. And I think once we look at the recruiting and we start to see guys that they're targeting, we can, obviously we're going to sim year number 2 and year number 3, but I like Oakland College where they're headed, the direction that they're headed. So this is a momentum game. This is a statement type of game. As we see this catch here to Jeff Perez, he's got 38 yards thus far, and Alex Mead has 38 yards passing. Jeff Perez has 38 yards receiving, so he's gone nowhere else. He hasn't thrown anywhere to anybody else. So we see a fumble here by Antoine Brooks, though. Like, that can't happen. And guys, this is crazy because John Ricks was running the ball amazingly all season long, and then Brooks comes back now he's healthy, and he takes the job over, and now he's just struggling. As we see this run by Oral Sparks, a huge run for 23 yards, 4 rushes for 46 right now for Sparks. Kind of a missed opportunity here for Oakland, but they're going to have to come through on this drive, or else they're going to be down 14-0, down 2 scores. 43 seconds left in the first quarter, and then Steve Harrington gets this run up the middle to 14 yards, so he's kind of a little bowling ball, He likes to take some contact, but, Brad Hunt kind of losing some carries here to Steve Harrington in the last couple weeks, so Hunt not producing enough. And look at this pass to Tyler Pollard, guys. 20-yard touchdown strike in the right side of the end zone there, right near the pylon. It's just a nice little corner out play. I love that. Corner post. Love that play. It gets open all the time in NCAA football. It seems like that anyway. So it's 14-0 right now. Alex Mead and the Sea Lions have to get something going here on this offensive drive, because if they don't, it's going to be tough sledding against a very, very tenacious front seven for Multnomah. Crenshaw's already got a couple sacks in this game, so they got a very good defense, and their offense is on fire right now in the last 5 weeks. Nate Pendleton on this catch. This is a good sign for the Sea Lions. And then we've got a reception here in traffic by Jeff Perez. Man, this guy, I don't know if it's the sleeves on the forearm, but look at this. Almost incomplete. Almost intercepted, I should say. 8 of 9 right now for Alex Mead, and they are going to kick this field goal. But Jeff Perez, guys, I don't know if it's the forearm sleeves coming up from the hands, but he reminds me a little bit of there was a Texas A&M receiver, and it wasn't Christian Kirk. It was another guy. I think it was Reynolds, Josh Reynolds. He reminds me of Josh Reynolds a little bit. He's just this lanky, makes every catch. He's just really good. As we see another touchdown here by Multnomah, it's going to be 21-3, guys. And then look at this, another sack on Alex Mead, and it is Crenshaw. So that's his second sack of the game. Not good. Not good if you're an Oakland College fan. Prince Vince shouting you out right here. 3rd and 16, and then this pass complete to Brian Ginn, so it's going to remain 21-3 at the half. Oakland has got to get it together, guys. I think that John Ricks not being in this game is totally setting Oakland College back a little bit. So the Sea Lions, they don't have their identity right now. So, Antoine Brooks, he's not too bad. He's not bad. He's not a bad overall player. It's just, when you're not getting the production that you would have had with the rushing yards as you were with John Ricks, you're going to get 26 rushing yards compared to 122 with the Orcas. So, Mead, got to be on you, man. You got to start making some good throws. Derek Carroll here with a 14-yard catch, because it's obviously the run game is just not working, so you're going to have to abandon it. And this catch too, who else? Jeff Perez. Nice touchdown catch. Great throw. Look at this replay, guys. So Perez shakes off the press, and then look at this strike. Right over top of the safety. It couldn't have been anywhere else. It had to be right there, and Mead put it where it had to go. So they're only down 4 right now. We're in the mid part of the third quarter here. Got to hold Multnomah, and that's a good way to do it, is force pressure on Oral Sparks to make him throw an incompletion or just get rid of it, and he does so there. 3rd and 13, and he feels pressure here, but it's going to be complete to his playmaking receiver, Tyler Pollard. Big catch there. 3rd and 6, and then this is going to get intercepted by the senior safety. Awesome for Oakland College. But we do have a penalty here. What is the call? It's going to be clipping on the receiving team. So Multnomah will accept this play call, or this penalty, and it's going to be they're going to be backed up quite a bit. 3rd and inches, and Oakland College is driving a little bit, but 4th and inches now after that is incomplete, so they do punt the football away. 2nd and 3, and then look at Sparks. Look at him go. No one's going to catch him, guys. He's in for a score. It's going to be 28-17. That's a 43-yard touchdown run. Guys, Sparks is electric. I mean, no joke. Like, this guy has been doing this all season long. We're just going to have to see if Meade can respond, though, and he does here with a nice throw to Jeff Perez. Again, he's got 26 yards on that grab. He's got 8 for 114 right now. Meade dropping back on 2nd and 8, and he's going to find Jeff Perez again for a 10-yard touchdown strike. So, and look at this body control, guys. I would draft Jeff Perez. Look at that. That's a great grab. Looks like that Santonio Holmes catching the Super Bowl. 3rd and 10. This is now 25-31. That's the score here now. And then Oakland College driving down. They do get the football back. 4th and 8, though. After that, Antoine Brooks screen pass completion. Multnomah, all they got to do is get a first down and run this clock out. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Brad Hunt after that 3-yard rush. 15 seconds left, left, guys. 3rd and 3. And we've got, oh, look at Brad Hunt. Look at that beast mode. And he's gone. So, guys, we've had 2 touchdowns now by running backs that are just trying to run the clock out. And then they end up scoring the game like the sealer. Like, who knew that Brad Hunt even had that in? Not me, but he does. So the game is over, guys. Oakland College did everything that they could do to come back in this game. But it's all on Sparks, man. 342 yards with 4 scores. Only 1 turnover. He had a great game. Absolutely great game. 22 of 32. But I'm looking at the rushing totals. 121 yards rushing, guys. I mean, that's legit. That's really legit. That's a really, really good stat line for him. So Multnomah wins again. They're on a huge winning streak right now. Oakland College drops to 5-5, so they're right there with Anchorage. Hopefully they get a W here next week, guys, because it's not looking good for their bowl chances if they lose again next week. So now let's go to the Santa Fe State Roadrunners against the Colorado A&T Sonics. So you guys can see that Colorado A&T does a lot better on offense. They do have the 91st ranked rushing attack, which is kind of surprising here because Ocampo is featured quite a bit in this offense, and he does get a ton of yardage. But good play there. Good play there. Nice job. That's what we need to do. We need to get Ocampo to move backwards instead of forwards. We don't want any positive yards out of him. He's having a pretty dang good season, though, and this is kind of why I thought that it was kind of surprising that they only have the 91st ranked rushing attack. We have the 124th, so I mean, we don't run the football nearly as much as we should. But when you got a quarterback like Ricketts, you know, you don't really need to, I guess. Dusty Ocampo here with a 9-yard rush. Both teams, though, we love to pass, and you see Tanner Walsh here to Archer, and missed tackles galore. As Alfred Archer is going to just pretty much just walk into this end zone here. It's going to be 7-0. It's a big play. It's a big play. It's even worse play for defense. Look at that, missed tackle and then run into your own man. Ay. 2nd and 8. Santa Fe State's already down 7-0. We do need to make some good throws, make some good plays. Salazar, the tight end, he's been on fire too. So we talked about one receiver being on fire in the last gameplay was Tyler Pollard for Multnomah State, but Troy Salazar has been on a roll so far in this series. And then we see a big strike here to Calvin Culver. It's going to set up Santa Fe State on the 2-yard line, and we've got a little wildcat formation with Brubaker, and he's going to just waltz right into the end zone. So 2-yard score for Brubaker off the wildcat formation, something I don't usually run, but decided, why not? Colorado A&T does a lot of wacky stuff on their offense because they're super creative. Why not be creative on our end and show them what we got? So Ocampo with this run here, he's going to get 10 yards. It's going to be 2nd and inches. 4th and inches now as Santa Fe State stops Colorado A&T on their next 3 tries, and they're going to get a 4th down stop here. Interesting call by the Sonics there. I probably would not have gone for it. I probably would have just either punted the football to get into the 1-yard line, hopefully, or I would have just attempted a very, very long field goal. 3rd and 11, and this pass complete to Vincent Rose, so really good throw there by Wes Ricketts. Brubaker on 2nd and 7, following his blockers, going to get 5 yards, going to make it 3rd and 2. Read option play here called. Let's get this thing into the end zone. Brubaker does his best. He's going to get 6 yards there. Stopped at the 1-yard line. And then another Wildcat formation call, but this time Brubaker hands off to Andre Berry, who's going to get stuffed. Ricketts on 4th and goal at the 2. We decide not to kick a field goal. We want the touchdown because I'm thinking the Sonics have a really good offense, and if I make a couple mistakes here and there on defense, this game could be a loss. So it's going to definitely go down to the wire. It's going to be 14-6 now, and then Ocampo busting off a tackle and using that speed, and guys, he is gone. It's going to be a touchdown, an easy touchdown for the Sonics. I mean, that was insane. He busted off that one. He just made that one guy miss and then just used the speed. I mean, that's just, he's got afterburners like nobody's business. 14-12, 2-point conversion try here, and Walsh not going to be able to escape the pressure, so 2-point conversion fails. We're in the late part of the second quarter here, and Ocampo gets this call on the draw. Going to be dropped for a 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11, and then he's going to find Atari Pope. That's Tanner Walsh at quarterback. You guys know that by now. Pope is always seeming to catch a touchdown pass in every single week that we show the Sonics. I mean, this guy is another great playmaker in the Mountain West Conference. Very, very good player. It's going to be 19-14, and then look at that. Just a nice pass to Montero down the sideline by Ricketts. Just dropped it right in the bucket. 17 seconds left. We want to try to get in the field goal range, and that is not what you need to have happen, is take a 10-yard sack. Just could not find anybody to get open, didn't want to throw an interception there, and just wanted to take our time. And then on 2nd and 20, we're looking deep. We got a bomb to Calvin Culver, and that's going to be a touchdown, guys. 43-yard strike, 7 seconds left to go in the second quarter. That's huge play. Absolutely huge play to head into halftime with the lead, 21-19. So we'd get the football back to start the second half and then start the third quarter. 7:02 left to go. Very beginning of this third quarter, Brubaker with 24 yards right there. So good play, good call on the halfback off tackle play. I do like that every now and then. It's not the best play in this game, but I do like it every now and then. 3rd and 19 after a 9-yard loss. Gotta stop taking the big sacks, Ricketts, and then he almost gets sacked again. Just gonna get rid of the football though. Ricketts is 12 of 17 right now, and we're not really moving the football too much as third quarter starting to wind down here. Still the same score, 21-19. Collins with that reception is going to pick up the first down, 2nd and goal, and then Tanner Walsh going to find Alfred Archer, the tight end, for another score for him. This time it's from 5 yards. He's 15 of 18 for 3 scores, guys. And now they got the lead. So Ricketts and co. got to move the football right here. Got to get a score here. We got to get up 28-25, at least get up by a touchdown. And this pass, looking for the deep shot to Troy Salazar, and it's going to be incomplete. So 4th and 8. We're going to attempt a field goal here with Drew Brady. And remember, he missed that big field goal to the right against Honolulu last week, but he is going to convert here. We're only down by 1 point. So, I wish that we were up by 3 with a touchdown. But, we'll take this because a field goal will win the game. And in this kind of a close battle here with 5 minutes left to go, I mean, anything can happen right here. So we need to make some plays on defense. 2nd and 15, we did that because we stopped Ocampo here for a loss. 2nd and 15, and Walsh has a man in motion. Got him in motion again, moving to the right side, so probably just testing to see if we were in man or zone. And then we kind of switched it up on him a little bit. Faked him out just enough. Throws out of bounds because he felt the pressure. 3rd and 15 now, and Walsh and the Sonics have 5 wide. And this pass is going to be complete, but Downing reads the play perfectly, and Sherrod Jackson is dropped short of the first down marker. So 4th and 2, and this field goal is definitely not going to be good as kicker pulls it to the left. So now Santa Fe State has a shot. So all we got to do is kill some clock, kick a field goal, go up 27-25, and just win this football game. 2:45 left to go. Play action pass here, a little bit of a rollout, and then a sack again. Ricketts gets dropped for 10 yards. 3rd and 14, so we did pick up 6 yards on that 2nd down and 20. Ricketts finds Calico, who spins and uses his momentum, pushing backward. Look at this. He gets the extra yardage, guys. What a play. Very, very headsy play right there by Calico. 1st and goal, and then Brubaker is going to take this in for a touchdown. What a play call. I mean, that's a great play call. They were kind of bunched up in the middle there, and Brubaker just busted it back to the outside. 30-25, and Santa Fe State driving back down. Well, excuse me. Sorry, that was dang it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That was a 2-point conversion. I always screw those up. Did it last week too. So we were trying to go up 32-25. So if they did end up getting a score and a touchdown with an extra point, it would be a tie football game. But turnover, guys. So Colorado A&T fails on offense to pick up the first down. Santa Fe State holds. Guys, this game is over. Santa Fe State gets a W, a much-needed W, mind you, because that game against Honolulu College really, really hurt. So I wasn't too happy with the outcome, but, you know, what can you do? You got to come back and fight for another day, and that's exactly what Santa Fe State did. So now, guys, let's go ahead and look at the Week 12 action from around the Mountain West. San Diego State beat Tacoma, so I think we all saw that coming. So Tacoma falls to 0-10. San Diego State improves, I guess you'd say, to 3-7. So that's kind of a surprising thing. I didn't think that San Diego State would be that bad, but when I saw that they were 2-7, I'm thinking Tacoma might have a shot here. But I ended up picking San Diego State in a blowout. Even though, you know, you get to a point where you watch so much football that you've seen upsets happen and the most unlikely things happen before, and you're like, you convince yourself that, you know, sometimes, you know, a team might have a shot. But there was no shot there as Tacoma lost by 2 scores. You guys already saw that. Maui lost. Excuse me. Maui won against Anchorage 17-6. Multnomah beats Oakland College. Santa Fe State beats Colorado A&T by 5. So pretty close game there. Honolulu destroyed Hillsboro 48-17. And then Central Arizona only beat San Joaquin Valley by a touchdown. Wow, that's a stunner. It's a big moral boost there for Ricky Grammatico and the Javelinas, maybe. But, you know, they kind of needed that. They needed that game to boost their spirits a little bit. So San Joaquin loses again. They've had a very, very tough stretch. So Central Arizona still hanging in there. So they're fighting with me in Rocky Mountain State in the Mountain Division. So we've got a 3-way team race out there in the Mountain. And then in the West, we have another 3-team race between Multnomah, Maui, and Honolulu College. So pretty interesting races here down the stretch. So guys, let's now go ahead and look at the Week 13 matchups. We have Anchorage at Hillsboro. So, you know, Hillsboro, they don't really have a shot in this game with how Anchorage played on defense against Maui. and Hillsboro can't even do anything. They can't do anything on offense. It's Anchorage all day, right? It should be Anchorage all day. They should get into a bowl game after this W for Week 13. And then we got Colorado A&T at Central Arizona. So the Coyotes are going to have to stop Dusty Ocampo, Tanner Walsh, Alfred Archer, Atari Pope. That's going to be a tough game. And even Colorado A&T on defense is going to have to stop Blair Holloway, Delonte Hayden, Martavius Spurlock, Troy Fox. The list goes on and on and on, guys. So that's going to be a shootout. I think that's going to be a high-flying offensive game. Multnomah State at Rocky Mountain State. So that's an even bigger game, guys. Week 13 is loaded with good matchups here, as Rocky Mountain State needs to win this game to stay in contention for the Mountain Division. Central Arizona, they might lose against the Sonics. And Multnomah State, they're trying to hang in with the West Division against Maui and Honolulu. So both of these games, guys, have big implications to the standings for the conference championship title game. So we'll see how that works out. Honolulu College travels to, I say travels, but not really, but they're going to Maui to play against them. So that's even bigger game right there. So if my brother loses to Maui, which is very possible he could do that, we're going to get into some crazy scenarios here in the next couple weeks. San Joaquin Valley State travels to us, so that should be a W against the Javelinas. Tacoma against Oakland College. I think Oakland College definitely gets back on track. So Tacoma is a big-time slump buster, I guess you would say. So my picks for Week 13 are Anchorage, Central Arizona. I think I got to go with Rocky Mountain State here. They're at home. They got something to play for. Multnomah State, you shouldn't have lost 3 games early on in the season. You wouldn't be in this position. You could afford a late season loss. I think it's going to catch up to them. I think they're going to lose this game. They're going to fall to 7-4. I think Rocky Mountain State goes to 10-1. Honolulu College, I think that they win. I think the offense for them is just too ridiculous with Suggs and Stratton playing well. I just don't think Maui has enough offense to keep up with them. They have the defense to play, but just don't have the offense to keep up. Santa Fe State, that should be a win, and then Oakland College also should be a W. So, guys, do have some recruiting to do to show you guys some top 25, Heisman watch, conference standings, bowl projections. That's all in this part of the video now. So I'm going to actually go off screen. My voice hurts. I'm done talking. Leave a like if you like this thing, guys, and if you're excited for week number 13 and the rest of this season for Mountain West. And just as a reminder, we get about 300 and some odd views on this series, and we only have 35 votes currently for the next dynasty. So if you've made it this far, make sure you guys are clicking on that survey link below. I do want to get your voices heard on what conference and what team builder dynasty you want us to do next, because if you guys didn't watch the video previously, it's in the upper right hand corner right now, so make sure you guys check that out real quick. Just briefly, we're not continuing on with the American Dynasty or the Mountain West for year number 2, just because there are some logos in these dynasties that are not ours, and we fear that because the channel is growing at a very quick rate, eventually it's going to get to a point where those artists or those people that created those logos that we basically found on Google image search will probably find that logo and think that it's not okay to use. And I'm on board with that. I don't think that we should have used these logos. Not all of them are taken from the internets. A lot of them are. Did I just say internets? I think I just said internets. I'm keeping that in. A lot of these logos were pulled from the internet, but there are quite a few of logos that we've created over the course of 6 years that are ours. So we created those on our own. But you know, just the mixing of that makes it confusing, and you know, eventually I don't want these videos taken down by YouTube, or I don't want any kind of issues with copyright stuff. So I'm not making any money off this channel. Eventually maybe I want to, but you know, in order to do that, in order to start making money off of a YouTube channel like this, you don't need to be putting other people's work in your video, in your videos, in your work, right? So that's where we're at with it. So make sure you guys vote. I do want your opinions on that stuff, and really just bump that respondent rate way up. So guys, I'm gonna take off. Like I said, my voice hurts. I'm talking too much. Almost an hour long of talking straight here. So I'll see you guys on Saturday. Have a good rest of the week, and I'll catch you then. If you left a like, cool. If you like it, love it, you want more of it, you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button or my logo at the very end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did bringing it to you, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.